It is impossible to beat the KISS method. No, not that KISS. I want to rock and roll all night. All right, forget about it. So keep that in mind, the KISS method, which is keep it simple, stupid. For example, my beloved Linux Mint, the Mate desktop, it just works, simple, no flash, it's fast, without Wayland display driver, thank goodness for that. All right, I did a recording of Cosmic Alpha number 7, as you see here. And OBS Studio thankfully does work in Wayland, but that's it. Can you imagine Windows 2025 and none of your screen recorders would work? All right, let's move on. Let me go ahead and play this. And now keep in mind, this is still an alpha. There will be bugs, as in my mouse cursor here jumping, as you can see. That's actually a nice, cool special effect, isn't it? Not. All right, again, this is an alpha. It's not ready for everyday use, just for testing, which is perfectly fine. So like I said, this is Cosmic Alpha number 7. I think this is the last number, the last alpha, I think before beta, I'm not really sure. All right, there we go, it stopped jumping. So I am a big fan of mouse controls to eliminate steps, such as right-click, create a new folder, as you see here. You could also right-click, create a file, as you see here. Great. Save steps, move along, get your work done. This is how it should be in all Linux-based systems, the ability to right-click on your desktop just to save a few steps and do what you need to do. Again, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. About the only thing, again, I don't like about this Cosmic is there's Wayland display driver by default, and it's just not ready. Wayland has been in development since 2008. So almost 20 years, so some quick math. I would say Wayland should be ready by the year 2050. All right, desktop appearance settings. I just changed the outlining color here. Yeah, sorry about this jumping. Again, this is still an alpha, and I'm not sure if this had a default screen recorder in it, but I guess it doesn't matter. I will not be installing this. All right, so there are lots of options here to customize your desktop. Again, this is still an alpha, so expect bugs. But I do like the layout of this, easy to use. And I did notice there is scaling options by percentage also. Again, if your computer is fast enough, smooth enough to run, mine is not. This is an older computer, as I will show you here. Well, sorry, it's jumping. This is a gateway computer from 2013, 8 gigs of RAM, AMD A6 APU with Radeon graphics. Yes, this is a dinosaur computer, but hey, it works fine with Windows 11 and systems like Linux Mint and Zorin, by the way. So, back to the desktop here. You cannot right-click on the top panel. There are some shortcuts. Again, this is the GNOME desktop environment. Not my favorite desktop environment for Windows users. Thankfully, VLC was installed in this because after I did a test recording and used the Cosmic Player, it would not play the file. Oh boy. Okay, VLC should be the standard default player for a Linux and Windows because it just works. Okay, applications. If you look at the bottom, we have some categories here in addition to the shortcuts at the top. Thank you. I do appreciate that. The Cosmic Media Player, that's something I would not use. For these special effects or something in the morning without coffee. Woo! All right, the Cosmic Store. Yeah, I couldn't bring anything up here. Again, this is not finalized. I'm sure this will be fixed probably in the first beta, I would imagine, if I had to guess. But there are categories here on the left to explore, look at other options such as gaming and utilities and installed apps. Again, I like the default colors and fonts, very easy on the eyes when it's not jumping. So yeah, as far as the work got into this for an alpha, it's not bad. It's just not something I would use because generally speaking, unless it's Zorin, okay, and maybe Ubuntu with many tweaks, I would never use the GNOME desktop environment for me as a Windows user. All right, utilities, there is a Cosmic screenshot. Again, I don't know if it has a built-in recorder, but it doesn't matter because, yes, the GNOME desktop has a built-in screen recorder, but without sound. Who cares? At least with a Chromebook, Linux-powered Chromebook, you have a built-in screen recorder with sound. Yay! All right, moving along here, applications, back to applications, Cosmic Files, and again, easy fonts, easy default settings. I have no problem with this. You can change from the grid view to a list view. Again, sorry about the jumping here, but I'm sure this will be fixed in future updates. Okay, what else can I say about this? This shows promise. If there is an option for Zorg, keep it in there. System 76, it is sorely needed because Wayland is simply not ready yet. Let me just skip here. Oh yeah, one last thing, resources. About 4 gigs of RAM usage, CPU usage on this quad core is about right for this. So overall, this worked as best as could be expected for an alpha. Again, you should not install this if you have only one computer in the house. Firefox is installed by default. OBS shortcuts here on the top, and this is okay, I guess, if you are a fan of Pop! OS and looking forward to the next evolution of this, which is with the Rust programming language. They are taking a big step. But look, I'm looking for 2 things when it comes to a new Linux-based system. That is functionality, which this has, except for Wayland, and I'm looking for a wow factor. This, to me, does not have the wow factor. It has functionality, but there's just nothing here for me to say, wow. Maybe if this had a different desktop environment, I would say that. But as a Windows user, I probably will not use this with GNOME Desktop. I'll stick to either Zorin OS with GNOME or Ubuntu with a bunch of tweaks that took me half a day to perform. Guys, that's it. This is all I have for this. What do you guys think about all this as opposed to, say, Linux Mint or a Zorin or even a Chromebook? Does this have a future, and is the new Cosmic Desktop even necessary? Time for my morning coffee. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.